feels like the heat's actually coming back a little bit. Not that hot though compared to last year overall. And with that in mind, what was going on today? I thought this was kind of interesting, where a lot of drones, they have things like obstacle sensors to avoid objects. How about this one? Apparently there's some kind of wind sensor, I guess, in development. It says new wind sensor uses smart materials to improve drone performance. Engineers have designed and successfully tested a more efficient wind sensor for use on drones, balloons, and other autonomous aircraft. These wind sensors, called anemometers, are used to monitor wind speed and direction. As demand for autonomous aircraft increases, better wind sensors are needed to make it easier for these vehicles to both sense weather changes and perform safer takeoffs and landings, according to researchers. Such enhancements could improve how people use their local airspace, whether it be through drones delivering packages or passengers one day flying on unmanned aircraft, said Marcelo DePino, co-author of the study and a professor in mechanical and aerospace engineering at The Ohio State University. Saying here, our ability to use these airspace to move or transport things in an efficient manner has huge societal implications, said DePino. But to operate these flying objects, precise wind measurements must be available in real time, whether the vehicle is manned or unmanned. Besides helping aerial objects cross long distances, accurate wind measurements are also important for energy forecasting and optimizing the performance of wind turbines, he said. So it'll be interesting to see how much more efficient this is. I know when it comes to wind and people having some kind of, drone accident, one of the common things is people fly, far away, like, wow, this is so great. And then they come back with low battery. Oh, they can't make it back because they didn't factor in the wind, and it takes more power now for the drone to actually get back. Or actually a lot of times where some people actually don't fly that far away, but what happens is they hit return to home to make it come back automatically. And usually for a lot of the drones, they have like a certain height that they set initially, like for example going up 120 meters. So that's what the drone would do when they hit return to home. They could have been just flying, I don't know, maybe 60 meters. So when they hit return to home, it flies up 120 meters or whatever. They didn't factor in the wind, and that's it. It gets blown away and it can't come back. And thinking about this, I don't know why this is a thing here recently, where people have been running around with things like machetes and so forth. And just recently here it says, machete attack victim speaks about downtown Vancouver incident. An attack with a machete in Granville Street area of downtown Vancouver sent 4 victims to hospital Saturday night. One of the alleged victims spoke about the incident on Sunday. He said the suspect lives across the hall from his apartment. I heard a pop and an explosion. I went to the hallway and it smelled like gasoline. VPD did confirm a man set his suite on fire inside a rooming house near Granville and Smythe Streets. And for the victim, it says, I was locking my door when he hit me in the head from behind and I went down to one knee. He hit me again with the machete and then I grabbed it. Cochran said, we started fighting, rolling around on the ground. Cochran said it seemed like the man was trying to kill him. He was trying to stab me in the throat, so I was trying to hold the knife away. And from the sounds of it, the police actually shot the person, and it makes you wonder again, why are there so many more of these types of instances? I know some articles are suggesting how mental health is a huge issue in recent times. Kind of reminds me how there's a place here called Riverview Hospital, and to my knowledge, from what I was told in the past, it was a place where they took care of things like mental patients or people who were, I guess, a threat to society in that way. And ever since they closed that place down, they basically had more, I guess, crime and so forth with these types of individuals. So it makes you wonder if they're actually going to reopen those types of places. Every time I've been there, it's always been used for a movie set, funny enough, for things like schools and so forth. So who knows if it'll bring stuff like that back. And speaking of things like film and all that, how is this going to work? Anybody play the game Pac Man? This one says, live action Pac Man movie in the works from Wayfarer, Bandai Namco. First introduced in the US in 1980, the game has already inspired 2 television series. The concept of the game is pretty simplistic. You're in like a maze of sort where you have to eat these pellets while trying to avoid these ghosts. So it makes me wonder how you make a movie out of that, especially like a live action one. It says the project will be based on an original idea from Chuck Williams of Lightbeam Entertainment. Baldwini, Manu Gargi, and Andrew Kaloff will produce on behalf of Wayfarer Studios. Williams and Tim Kwok will produce on behalf of Lightbeam. I would have thought if they were going to make, let's just say, a movie out of this, it wouldn't be live action, it would be more CG oriented. but it'll be kind of interesting to see what they do here. I mean, other than those types of games, it'll be like saying you're gonna make a movie out of Tetris. I don't know how you would make a live action movie out of a game like Tetris, for example. Alright, see you guys later.